So let's start by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, previous weeks we already studied about what is the Jeta and also what is the Somanasa, pleasant feeling, mental pleasant, and also how to develop, how to cultivate uh, the how to cultivate the sensation or feeling, pleasant feeling to rise, or to have a more and more pleasant feeling, and also jnana, jnana sampayutta. So in that word we trying to discuss about the jnana, what is the jnana, and also how to acquire jnana, and also what are the conditions for the rising of the jnana. So why we are discussing about the jnana, I use the diagram where Dhammasaṅgaṇī. Now, this is a diagram. So diagram I place there. So it doesn't mean that I'm referring I'm referring to say that wisdom, the location of the wisdom. I'm not talking about the location of the wisdom, but how the IQ, EQ, and SQ are functioning in our brain part or different part of the brain. So as you know, because last week one of the student asked me on the Bible that where because I showed this picture and emphasize explain my explanation of the wisdom. So that's why it may appears to be to assume that I'm thinking that the heart, the brain is the location of the wisdom. Actually, I'm not talking about the location of the wisdom. As you know, wisdom is a Jitasika, right? Wisdom is the Jitasika. Jitasika depends on the Jeta. Jitasika depends on the Jeta. Okay, Jitasika depends on the Jeta. So in the many Jitasika associated with the Jeta. So also in that case, we have to, if we want to know the location of a wisdom, so one thing we have to know is the location of the what? Jeta. So whenever there is a Jeta, there will be, if the conditions are supportive, then there will be wisdom. So that's a very clear way to understand that. So in the Pitaka, for the heart. So, and also at the same time, I'm not rejecting that what some people, or mostly in the commentary and literatures, the word heart is emphasized instead of the brain, the function of the brain. Okay, throughout the Bali text, also most of the time, the 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 position of the Matalunga means the brain. That is very rare to find in the Pali text, as well as in the commentary. So only when, but the position of the Hadaya is a much higher frequency. So, and also even if you look at, I think if you have a Dhammasaṅgaṇī Bali books, then if you look at the after, how to say, number one paragraph in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī Bali is that about the about the Dhamma, so that is right together with the Chitta. Okay, and then number two paragraph is about the Phasa, because I don't, yeah. And then number three paragraph is about the Vedana, and then number four is about the Sanya. Number five paragraph is about the what? Chitta. So if you read that paragraph about the Chitta, so you will surprisingly find that the word Hadaya, okay, you will surprisingly find the word or the term Hadaya is there. In that case, Hadaya is referring to the mind. Hadaya and Chitta, okay. Hadaya is not referring to the heart, our human heart, but it refers to the what? Mind itself. Okay. So, and also in many other places, in most of the places, Hadaya is not only in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī, in the Majjhima Nikaya, Patisambhida Magga, Mahanidesa, Theragatha, and so on, Jataka, even the Jataka. So, Hadaya is used as a synonymous term for the Chitta, consciousness. Okay, and also in some other places, Hadaya is referred. Hadaya is a what? Designated as a what? As a chest, our chest. So, for example, Hadaya Palisa means, for example, Samyutta Nikaya, Sutta also there. So also Hadaya refers, there are some places in which Hadaya is used with reference to the heart. Okay, with reference to the heart. So it is especially Visuddhimagga Tika, and the Vinaya commentary and sub-commentary. It is very rare to find Hadaya designated heart in the Bali text. In the Bali canonical text, it is a very rare. So only Chiriya Pitaka Bali, the page number 397, there is Hadaya, okay, in which Hadaya is referred to the heart, human heart. And also there are some places in which Hadaya is used with reference to the Hadaya Batu, but it is not in the Pali text, okay, not in the Pali text, but in the commentary, okay. So in the Abhidhamma Dhammasaṅgaṇī, in this commentary also you can find in the Bali, Hariya Vatu. In the commentary Atha Salini Athagata, page number 184, there you can find Hadaya is used referring to the what? Referring to the Hadaya is used referring to the Hadaya Vatu, the base of the what? In that case, the base of the Hadaya Vatu is what? The base of the heart, the base of the mind, as a base of the mind. And also in the Bodhisattva Magga Athagata, and also Mahanidisa Athagata, they are mentioned. And also the number 5 meaning as is that inside, inner part, okay, within ourselves, is a very broader meaning. Diganikaya Athagata, Majjhima Nikaya. Also, it is not in the Pali text, in the commentary, sub-commentary, and so on. So, if we sum up, what I want to tell you is definition, regarding the definition of the Hadaya, okay, Hadaya. So, if we compare original Bali text, or if you give a credit to the much credit to the original Bali text, so original Bali text is more powerful, okay, more authoritative in comparison with the Athagata and the sub-commentary Tika. So Hadaya is found to be used with reference to the heart, with reference to the mind or consciousness in the Bali text, as well as the chest in the Bali text, Samyutta Nikaya. So other things, Hadaya Vatu, or heart, human heart, or inner part of our body, that is commentary, commentator, explanation, or sub-commentator's explanation. So that's why nowadays scientists is more advanced, okay, more advanced than the earlier days. That's why the scientists, they trying to test our brain or scan the brain, and also they trying to survey the function of the brain as well as the function of the heart. Okay, so this is a quite a complicated subject to study. Where is the mind? Okay, for the eye consciousness, we have eye base. Ear consciousness, ear base. Nose, tongue, body consciousness. They have their own bases, their specific bases. But for the mind base. So in the Abhidhamma Sangha, mind base is called Hadaya Vatu, right? Hadaya Vatu. Whatever happened in the mind, or okay, it depends on the what? It depends on the heart base. In the Abhidhamma Sangha, third chapter, the last session, Vatu Sangha is there. So, but the one thing, one significant thing is that throughout the Abhidhamma literature, Abhidhamma Pali text, 7 books of the Abhidhamma, whenever the Buddha refers to the base of the mind, the Buddha simply used the Vatu only. The Buddha didn't use Hadaya. The Buddha simply used Vatu. This is also very interesting point to take note. And also we need to make a further research regarding that. Where is the heart, mind base? Okay, where is the mind base? Which part of our body the mind is the mind locates. Okay. So, but for the easy purpose of the interpretation or the wisdom, I use this one. It doesn't mean that I'm referring to the brain as a location of the wisdom. So, but at the same time, I'm reading about I start to read because I start to read the book. What book? Maybe I will share a new screen. Uh, okay, do you see? Uh, do you see the screen? This is the science of the heart. This book. Okay, science of the heart. Very interesting book. And also how here they mention that heart and brain communication, heart brain communication. Okay, so in that book, here mention what? Formerly, they have studied one-sided, only heart, only head, only the brain. But later on, they study how the heart communicate with the brain or the body. Okay, here they mention that, shown that the heart communicates to the brain in four major ways. Number one is neurologically, okay, neurological communication. They try to make it through the neurons or nervous system. So through the transmission of a nerve impulses. Number two is a biochemical communication through the hormones or neurotransmitters. Okay. And then number three is a biophysical communication through the pressure wave or pulse wave. Okay. And then number four is what? Energetic communication through the electromagnetic field of interaction. So this scientific finding, scientific words, tell us that the brain is not working alone. So also the heart is not working alone. So they are interrelated one another. All the time they have a communication, whatever idea or perception or new things come into contact with our mind or manodwara, come into contact with the mind or them, they communicate. So heart communicate with the brain, also brain send a comment or orders to the heart. So in that way, there is the path, there is the way between, there is a connection, very close connection between heart and brain. So the more we put, the more we put more information or the pathway we make it. For example, that's why it's very important to have a good habit of thinking the good things, habit of having wise attention or wise reflection. This is very important because so the more it goes like we what it is a forest, okay, new place. No one has ever gone there, so we choose the one way to reach to the destination in the forest. So In the very beginning, we don't know what is the easy way, what is the fast way to reach our destination. And then, but finally, we found that, okay, this way is the most, the closest way to reach our destination. And then we walk on that way again and again. And then it appears the, what, after some time, it appears as a road, okay, at the way. But other areas, there is no way. So also in our brain, or in our pathway between heart and brain, we have to make it the way of the good things, moral consciousness. So otherwise, it will, the immoral consciousness will take place and also will make the way. Then our auto mind, okay, within ourselves, the auto mind will respond automatically whatever happened to us, or whatever object that we encounter. Our auto mind will firstly respond in order to react the object that we met, the object that we perceive in an immoral way. That's why we need to what? Meditation. Okay, meditation is called bhavana. Bhavana means to develop. We have to develop. Okay, to make the way, very obvious way for our mentality or group of mentalities to arise. So as you know that you have a study about the Dhammasaṅgaṇī there. So whenever kusala, whenever jeta arise, okay, whenever jeta arise, there is more than maybe 56, around the 56 dhammas arise together. That is a group or congregation of the what mentality. So when they arise, so we have to make the better way for the mind, for our mind to arise. So that's why we have to develop. The Buddha used the Dham Bhavana. We have met Chaitanya Bhavedi, okay, Chaitanya Bhavedi. Medina, Medasagada Chaitanya, okay, Medina Chaitanya Bhavedi, Medaya Chaitanya Bhavedi, okay. With the loving kindness, we develop our mind. So also with the compassion, we have to develop, we have to train. It means training means how to say we are making the way of the way for the mentality. Okay, the more we make our brain, the more we make it our way for the mentality or the moral consciousness. So the better condition it pays. Better condition it will provide for the future mentalities, future mentalities. So that's why one more obvious thing is that Bharami, okay? Regarding the Bharami is that we have to also accumulate, we have to fulfill until it become what? Until we have to put again and again until it become a full, okay? It become a full. So, for example, dana, generosity. So maybe bit by bit, we have to make it. For the bodhisattva also, you see, for the for Asankya, 100,000 war cycles, long journey. So we have to, the bodhisattva put dana bharami, the action of a generosity. So again and again, bit by bit, until it became a fully developed. So also sila bharami, the same, morality, and then nikama bharami, renunciation. So that shows that our mind, human mind, or whatever mind should be developed if we desire to have a good congregation or moral congregations of the morality, moral group of a morality. Otherwise, it will be dominated by the unwholesome mentalities. So in making in developing our mentality, so the heart and brain, okay, not only heart and brain, all sensitivities and brain, all sensitivities are very, very, how to say, important to be guarded by necessity or mindfulness, to be, how to say, to be governed by the wisdom and so on. So anyway, the point I like to tell you is heart and brain are interrelated to one another. They have a constant communication between heart and brain or sensitivities and brain. So that's why it is very, very difficult to definitely say where is wisdom. Wisdom, what in terms of the physical condition. But one thing we can definitely say is that wisdom is located in the mind or consciousness. Wisdom arises together with the consciousness. So, but the physically, we can simply say heart and brain, both heart and brain, they can be, they can arise. So if we say something is located, okay, it has another problem. For example, if we say where is heart, where is the wisdom? If I say wisdom is in the brain or in the heart or in both heart and brain, actually wisdom does not remain there or does not remain there. Okay, because nothing remain in a place forever. Okay, nothing remain in a place forever. So they just arise and disappear, arise and disappear. This is nature. But if we say wisdom is located in the brain, then there is one way or another we are rejecting that the idea, the ideology or the nature, okay, the ideology of the dukkha and the anatta. So that's why better we have to understand that they arise and also they disappear, and also the way in which they take place is through the communication between heart and brain or sensitivity and our sensitivities and our the physical supporting matters, materials. So but it is interesting for us to find out uh, to find out where is the Hadaya Batu. Okay, heart base is where. Is it really heart base or because it is too obvious? Sometimes it is too obvious, that's why it takes as a main location. But sometimes which is not too obvious. Some are not too obvious, that's why they just uh, uh, they are just kept as a minor things. So that they call in the Pali literature we call badhana ni, badhana naya. So dominant. Well, something which is a dominant is a taking as in how to say, how to, as a main name. For example, Raja Agachati, suppose. If we say that, oh, the king is coming, the king comes. So the king does not come alone. The king comes together with the what? Ministers and soldiers or army or whatever. So also the same thing we can understand that even though there is maybe Asian scholars like Venerable Buddha Gosa or whatever. So they may also have this kind of confusion. What is the location of the mind? Okay? So depending on which base the mind arises, because the Buddha simply say only what to. Okay, the Buddha didn't say referring to the Buddha didn't say Hadaya Vatu. Okay, instead of saying Hadaya Vatu, the Buddha used only Vatu. So Vatu is a too broad term. That's why they need to locate. They need to specify a kind of a location, main location. That's why I think in the commentary period, they try to locate Hadaya as the main place for the base of the mind. Okay. So this nowadays we are very lucky to have a medical science about the heart, or about the brain, or about their functioning. So we have to study more. Okay, we have to study more. So whatever appear in the commentary, so we cannot take it as an absolute truth. Okay, absolute truth. So because there are commentary and sub-commentaries are really helpful, and also helpful in understanding Buddha's teaching. So, but there are some points, which is some controversial point. Okay, because of that point, some people they say they trying to discard, or they want to give up a commentary, but I am not on that opinion. In my understanding, commentaries and sub-commentaries are of great help for us to understand Buddha's teaching, and also they try to provide as much information as they can. So that's why when we are reading the commentaries and sub-commentaries, we should not end up with the commentary and sub-commentary alone. So also we have to try to find another reasonable and then logical evidence, logical explanations, because it become commentators we can take as a research work. Okay, a kind of research work. Research never ends. So commentators are very helpful. They try to provide as they know. So also, if we end up with a commentary and sub-commentary alone, so there will be the end for our learning. If our learning will be in finish over there, the learning process should not be end there. Okay, we have to study science. Okay, as for example, here is so heart, the science of the heart. This book, I think, is a very useful book for our Abhidhamma study. So when we study Abhidhamma, so we are studying about the mind as well as the matter. So that's why we need to understand. We need to have a little bit, or maybe some understanding about the science, about the heart or brain. So that's with this information, I like to encourage you to read this book also, and then science of the heart, or maybe if we can find maybe the science of the brain also. So after that, we can make a better conclusion, where it is. Okay, where is the base of the mind? So at the same time, we have to study more Pali texts and commentary explanations and sub-commentary explanation regarding the term Hadaya or Hadaya Vatu. So that is some explanation. I know that it is not sufficient enough for you to have a clear cut knowledge about the location of the heart, location of the wisdom. So, but the clear cut answer is that location of a wisdom is a mind. Okay. So if you want to know where location of the wisdom, so you have to study the location of a mind. Okay, Hadaya Batu. Where is the heart base? Where is the mind base? So in the Sutta Nibbata Bali also there I found that Hadaya Nesita, Hadaya Sita. So Sokam, Hadaya Nesita. Soka is a sorrow. Sorrow is it depend on the heart. So Hadaya. So in that case, the commentator explained that it doesn't mean Mahanidisa is a Mahanidisa Bali. It explained that it is not a what physical heart. It is a mental. Okay. So if it remains on the physical heart, then it is easy to find, easy to locate. So that's why the Buddha says, Sudodasam, very hard to see, very hard to be seen, very difficult to be seen. So why? Why it is so hard to see, to be able to see the soka, or as well as the wisdom? Because it is based on the mind, based on the mind. So that is something about the question raised by one of the students. So today we are going to study another part. So it means with this explanation, I want to tell you is that we have to study more. There are a lot of things we have to study. Okay. So this one we go back and then yeah. So please try to locate this page, the Exposita, page number 109. Atta Salini, page number 123. Because so far we have a study about the Chitta, consciousness, Somanasa, pleasant feeling, and then what? And then Jnana, okay? Jnana. So then after that the Buddha continued to say what? Ruparamanam, Sadharamanam. So in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī Pali, first paragraph. So Yasame Samaye Kamavacharan Kusalan Jetan Upanan Hodi Somanasa Sagadan Yana Sambiyutam. Okay. So after that much we have a study. After that the Buddha continued to say what? Ruparamanam, Sadharamanam wa, Gandharamanam wa, Rasaramanam wa, Photaparamanam wa, Dhammaramanam wa. Yan yan wa pana araba. Araba means taking as an object, taking a certain object. It may be what? Visible object or sound. Okay, object of a sound, object of a smell, object of a taste, or object of a touch, or object of a Dhamma. So Tasmai Samaye Patso Hodi, there arises Phasa. Okay? On that day, on that occasion, there arise Phasa, Vedana, Sanya, and so on. There you can see that object is mentioned. Okay? Object is mentioned, but the door, the channel is not yet mentioned, not mentioned. Okay? The channel or the door is not mentioned. So regarding this, I would like to go to the page number 109. Where is maybe this? Oh, this is 109. So take 109. Where is it? Oh, yeah. So before 109, here you see page. You see this one, 108. At the last paragraph. The last paragraph. So there is a kind of explanation. Now of this kind of a consciousness, the object is a constant concomitant. Okay? Because without it, that consciousness does not arise. Without it, that consciousness does not arise. So in Bali, it is called Nibbada. Chitta and objects are constantly connected, okay, concomitant, constantly concomitant. Because without object, Chitta don't rise. Chitta does not rise. But what about the door? That's why the Chitta objects like Ruparamana, Sadaramana, Gandharamana, Rasaramana, etc. mentioned there. But the door is not mentioned. But the door, why? The door is not a constant concomitant. The door is not constantly uh, 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 related. Why? Because of the variableness in the previous action karma. So karma is so we have accumulated, how to say, so many different kinds of karma. So the karma is very variable. Karma has many kinds. That's why, how to say, action being not always predictable. Okay, so we cannot. It will be very difficult to predict this is what action or because even in one day we accumulate a large number, maybe 100 or 1,000 actions with them. So also the door is equally unpredictable. So that's why maybe the door is not rightly mentioned in the Pali text, but in that connection, on the page number 109, so page number 109, they are mentioned. Sorry. Page number 109. To explain the meaning of the very evenness of the both karma and the door. The great commentary Mahatagata. Okay, so Bhanuva Buddha Gosa took information from the Mahatagata, great commentary, says out It discourse on the doors, okay, gate or channels, we can say. There are another, some more information for you is, so this chapter is, this is only another chapter. So before he go to the another chapter, so you see why, because it will be very helpful for you to write, to use in your, in writing thesis, yeah. So whenever you are going to write it, going to continue to another information, another chapter, so don't jump abruptly from one topic to the another topic, one session to the another session. So we have to have this kind of a link, okay? This kind of a writing is a very, very common in the academic writing. So because here object is already mentioned, the door is not mentioned. So it shows the link to the another session. Okay, if we are going to write another chapter, then we need to have at the end of it, the previous session, we have to have a kind of link, a kind of information that mention about the following. That introduce, it means it introduce, you introduce your new information, a new chapter with the what? With the audience, with the reader. So this is very important uh, in our academic writing. So only after that he goes to their what? So to explain the meaning of the very evenness of the boat, Dwarakata, it goes to the Dwarakata. Here the point I like to tell you is the what? So in the Dwarakata we have sessions. This one may not appear in the Pali text, but the commentary provide more information. And also this one is uh, not the not the words on the Buddha Kosa only, but the words of the great commentary. So here in this following, okay, in this the following subjects has, it means contents. It will be given here. 3 kinds of action, karma, you already know. Okay, we already know karma, how many actions. Kaya karma, Vaji karma, and then Mano karma. Bodily action, verbal action, and then mental action. It will be explained in detail here, and also the doors of action. So, okay, so through which channel that the actions are coming, okay, entering or functioning, we make our bodily action through which channel, and so on. So also here we can understand what is a karma. Okay, there are extensive explanations are given, and also 5 kinds of consciousness. Okay, 5 kinds of consciousness is here. So 5 kinds of consciousness also not special for you, not special things for you to understand. They say I consciousness, like a Cheku Vinyana. Okay, Soda Vinyana, Gana Vinyana, Jiva, and then Kaya, and then Mano Vinyana, like that. 5 consciousness. And also 5 doors of a consciousness. Okay, 5 doors of consciousness. Also not you have a study in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī and at our university, IDBMU. 5 doors of a consciousness. And also another thing is what? 6 kinds of contact. Okay, 6 kinds of context. 6 doors of context. So here, door, 6 kinds of contact. It includes what? Mano sampasa. Mano, okay? Mano sampasa. So we have a Jaku sampasa. So eye contact. Soda Sampasa, ear context, Kana, nose, and then Jiva, tongue, and also Kaya body contact. After that, the mind contact, Mano Sampasa. And also 6 doors of a context are also giving. And then 8 modes of a non-restraint. Restraint. So that one we need to study a little bit. And also 8 doors of a non-restraint. So also the door asamvara, samvara, asamvara. So also oppositely, 8 modes of a restraint, 8 doors of a restraint. So and also 10 causes of immoral action, 10 causes of immoral action, 10 causes of moral S. Okay. So these are the content that are going to explain by the Atasalini, that will be explained by the Atasalini in the following pages. So under the heading of a Dwara, okay, under the heading of a door of the head of the body, Dwara Kataya, discourse on the doors. So here, so commentator gave an explanation of the what? The head of a body, so kaya kama. And then body also he gave a detailed explanation that which is grabbed at, that which is produced by food, by caloric water, by mind. Okay. So body is a 4 kinds. What are they? Because of Uduja, Chedeja, Uduja, Aharaja, and then Kamaja. So Chedeja also there. So here give it for example, 8 material was this is about the what? The Kamaja Rupa, Kama matters. How Kama produce, okay? How Kama produce materiality or the body to rise. So there are 8 Aviniboga Rupas are given here. 8 material qualities produced by the Kama, namely those beginning with the organ of the sight, ending with the light control. So Indriya Rupa. So the 8 material qualities produced by the Kama, that is, what are they? 4 elements, okay? But we are body, wire, 4 elements. And then Kala. Kala means the Vana, okay? Order, Vana Ganda. Nusada, order, Vana Ganda, Rasa, taste. And then Oja, nutrition, essence. Constitute the body as that which has been grasped at by desire or attending the karma and the question. So these are 8 Aviniboga Rupa they are talking. You already know about that. Study in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī. So also they are going to say, continue to say about the what? About the other what? Other kinds of actions. That is Kaya, Vaji, and the Mano. So also one other point is is the 3 doors of the action. So bodily action, it be very easy that it appear in the body door, verbal action it appear in the verbal door, and also mental action it appear in the mind door. So also there are some controversial point. So please try to read by yourself about that. So this is Athasalini provided very extensive and then very profound explanation about the karma, about the dwara, how karmas and dwaras are functioning, how karmas are functioning in their respective dwara. Okay, and also 5 kinds of consciousness, Chakku Vijnana, and so on. They are also not so much problem. Sorry. So another point. The door of the speech here on the page number what? 114. There is the door of the speech. So in this theory of the speech door, speech may be considered under the 3 aspects of volition. Okay, 3 aspects of volition: abstinence and sound. So under the three how to say 3 aspects. Number 1 is we need, if we are making a sound, if we are talking, making conversation, first one is a volition. And also abstinence or vidadi, refraining from something, and also the sound. So here also was endowed with the 4 fetters. So bhikkhus are well spoken, not ill spoken. So this is the quoted from the Buddha's teaching. Faultless, unblamed by the wise. Here speech is voluntary. Okay, so in that case, voluntary speech. Avoidance of and abstaining from the 4 misconduct in speech is a all right speech. So this in terms of abstinence. So we have to refrain from the how to say telling a lie or backbiting or slander speech, and also what pisuna waja, frusa waja, and then sambhablava, vain talk. We have to refrain from the vain talk and so on. So in this way, how to say, we have to, we can study about the body door, Baba door also. So with this information, I want to tell you, what I like to encourage you is to read up to the page number 114. Okay, if you are okay, 113, and then 111. So that is so little. Sorry for you. Door of an act of a speech. Maybe it is better for you to read up to the end of a what? At this page. Door of an act of a thought. Okay. Up to page number 117. Please try to read from 108, I think 109 up to the 117. And then if you have some point, if you don't understand, or tell me or send me message. Okay, then I would within this week you send me message, and then I will read and then discuss on the next lecture. Thank you so much for your listening.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Welcome. And so please, by reciting the Buddha Sasana
Thank
Jidan,
you,
we conclude. Buddha Sasana Jidan, Buddha Sasana Jidan, Buddha Sasana Jidan, Good luck. So should I transfer?